All right, Bonjour, ladies and genitals, with Bitcoin down 22% and everyone on crypto YouTube completely freaking out, is it time to panic sell or FOMO buy? Well, in this video, folks, I will attempt to try and answer this question. I have constructed a highly convoluted, highly technical system for predicting and analyzing where we could be fucked and where we might be okay. So if you like the sound of that, do me and you a favor, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, and without further ado, let's all panic together. All right, folks, we're taking a look at a weekly picture of Bitcoin. I don't know about you, but I took a look at crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube the other day, and everyone seems to be losing their shit. Now, the question is it warranted? Well, folks, all joking aside, I think there is some decent reason to be concerned with what's going on with Bitcoin. Not simply is the concern just the fact that we're going down in the whole crypto market is having a bit of a pullback, but the concern is also how long is the market going to correct for? That's the real concern, folks. And there is decent reason to be concerned. Take a look at the DXY, the dollar index here. We have seen a massive recent rally here. To be fair, we are going to be running up against resistance at this zone in the very near future here. This weekly candle, if it closes anywhere where it's at right now, could be a reversal point. We'll see, although this uptrend here is definitely still bullish, and we could definitely still see macro bullish continuation, which could be no bueno for Bitcoin, because a strong dollar is typically signals that the stock market is spooked. And speaking of the stock market, let's take a look at the SPY here, an index that tracks the S&P 500. We can see here, look at this weekly candle, look at this massive crash. Folks, this definitely is causing me some panic. You can tell my voice. I'm completely and utterly panicked right now. So, folks, this is no bueno. What we have right here is 21 week exponential and simple moving averages. A lot of people are talking about these 21 week exponential and simple moving averages. A lot of technical analysts, and frankly, it makes a lot of sense. Price action wise, it makes sense that we're going to come back down to retest these previous highs here at 453 on the SPY. If we do that, we could, the bleeding, I would expect to, at the very least, temporarily stop here, if not retest, if not on a retest of these moving averages. So bottom line is, folks, when the DXY stops pumping so hard, and when the SPY in the stock market stops shitting the bed, I think that is probably when we're going to see Bitcoin bottoming out. And while we could see a short-term relief rally with Bitcoin, folks, we usually never just go straight down. The macro trend is pretty bearish, and what we're seeing with Bitcoin is concerning, because we're not respecting previous resistance as support. In a bull market, in an uptrend, you want to see price action respect support, respect flip resistance turned into support, and that's not what we're doing on multiple levels here. Even if we go back down to the daily here, we can see there's a clear base of support here, 63,000. Here was resistance, support, and we fell below it. Over here, we had a base of support at 60,000, support. We fell below it, came back down to retest, and got rejected. So we're seeing a lot of weakness in this price action. This is a short-term downtrend. We're below significant high time frame moving averages on the daily here with our daily EMA ribbons here. Now going to the weekly, we see a strong confluence of reasons that we're gonna find at the very least temporary support here at between $51,000 and $53,000. I would suspect that Bitcoin has a local bottom at these regions here. And now to touch on this highly sophisticated technical analysis system for analyzing the market. To put it very simply, if Bitcoin can just hold line and not dump below this region here, below basically from 49,000 to about 53,000, then whatever pullback we may just have would be a macro higher low, and the uptrend can continue on its merry way all the way into December and the new year. But if we lose this zone, folks, that is what we could consider no bueno. That would be very bearish, because we would lose the 21-week exponential moving average, as well as the simple. Actually, let's take a look at what the simple is. So this is the 21 week exponential moving average. This is the 21 week simple moving average. So losing these two would be, in my professional technical analysis opinion, no bueno. As we can see with our last most recent pullback, that is exactly where we found at the very least temporary support here on the 21 week exponential and simple moving averages. So losing those would be very much no bueno. But if we find support in this region, this, whatever pullback we may have, may just end up looking something very similar to this right here. But if we lose this region, then it's very possible that we could start retesting mid to low $40,000 range. And that is where the true test comes in, folks. Because if we start putting in a lower low below $40,000 here, then in that case, I would say that the macro bull market is in danger, and in that case we can have a conversation of us potentially entering a bear market and this potentially being a double top. But as long as Bitcoin remains above this sad face region, then there is hope. If we can maintain the happy face region, then there is hope that the bulls can hang on to control of the mid to short term here. Again, looking at our weekly indicators, everything is kind of pointing down, although there is a bit of hopium on the daily stochastic all the way in the bottom region, having a bullish crossover, as well as the weighted MACD. Weighted MACD acts as a leading indicator for the regular MACD, and the stochastic RSI acts as a leading indicator for the regular RSI. So let's see how that translates into price action. Let's see, looking at the 4 hour here, again, it seems like we could be at or close to a local bottom here, although I'm not going to take that to the bank. The closest thing we have here to bullishness is a bullish crossover coming in on the stochastic on the 4 hour. And do we have bullish divergence here on the RSI? Let's take a look. We do, folks. We have bullish divergence on the 4 hour RSIs. If you can see here how we have a lower low in price action paired with a higher high in RSI, that is bullish divergence here, folks. So look, while we may experience a short-term relief rally, probably retest $56,000, as long as Bitcoin is below $60,000, folks, then Bitcoin is short-term bearish. Once Bitcoin can start to spend time above $60,000, then we can have a conversation of the short-term downtrend being over. But as long as Bitcoin is below $60,000, gets daily candles closing below it, then we are bearish, folks, in these lower regions. This low $50,000 range is very realistic. So that's what I think is going on with Bitcoin. Again, folks, I do still believe that we are in a macro bull market. I don't think this was a cycle top. Why don't I think this was a cycle top? I do not think this was a cycle top for the same reason that I do not think that this was a cycle top here. Because, folks, we thankfully have dozens and dozens of cycle indicators that look at different things from the way long-term holders hold their bags and extrapolate different ways for kind of modeling macro oversold regions and macro overbought regions. And one very famous cycle indicator is the Puell multiple. And every time Bitcoin has entered this red resistance zone, it is historically signaled a local or cycle top. And there are multiple of these models, and Bitcoin has not entered these extremely overbought territories. So, folks, I do not still think this was a cycle top because I didn't think this was a cycle top because we still have not entered this overbought region on multiple of our cycle indicators. So while we may enter a protracted downtrend, I'm starting to really think that the people promoting a lengthening cycle are every day starting to look like that might be more and more the case. This macro bull market may very well move its way into 2022. We don't know for sure, but for now, these are the significant areas we need to look out for. Folks, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. My business partner here on the channel, Messin, recently put out a fantastic video on VVS Finance, a low-cap gem backed by Crypto.com with incredibly high APY. Could be the next pancake swap of the Crypto.com ecosystem. Make sure you check out that video. It'll be somewhere in the top. It'll be somewhere. Just make sure you go check that out. Like and subscribe. Become a VIP Discord member if you want access to our take profit strategy for this bull cycle, the next, and accumulation, and what we think is going on. All the low cap gem goodness. That is all in our VIP Discord group. Link to join that is down in the description below. Make sure you drink water. And until next time, folks, take care. Don't be a dehydrated like Messi. Bye.